Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching from. I hope you all having a beautiful day so far. So for those of you new here, my name is Chatu Alves. I'm originally from Sri Lanka and live in Auckland, New Zealand with my husband and our two little kids. So I'm a financial accountant and I'm a digital business entrepreneur. So I decided to go live today because this is actually my first live discussion for this year because I know that so many people there they have doubts and questions about this digital business, and honestly I was in the exact same place when I first started this business. So let's be real for a moment. Many of us looking for something extra, not because we want too much but because we want a better life for our families, more flexibility and more freedom because nowadays living paycheck to paycheck wasn't enough anymore, and so many people are looking for options actually fit into their lives, especially when you are busy with your work or family responsibilities. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation today. Our global community now includes over 270K business partners from around the world, and my goal is to bring people in different backgrounds and different countries onto this platform to educate and inspire and share the real stories. So today I'm really excited to bring an amazing guest here. So she's joining all the way from Philippines. Her name is Anne. She's a CPA and licensed accountant by profession and also successful digital business owner. So without further delay, I'll love to bring her onto the stage now. Hello Anne, how are you?
Hello, sis. Long time no
Hi.
see.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, ever
Thank you
since
so
Eduardo.
much for accepting my invitation today. Thank you very much. Let's
Thank you.
move to the questions then.
Sure, let's go ahead, sis.
Yeah. So, Anne, can you introduce yourself to our audience and share what inspired you to start this digital business?
Sure, sis. So, hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who's watching live from New Zealand and also here in the Philippines. So, my name is Anna. I'm an accountant, and I formerly worked as a chief finance officer here in the Philippines. So, for many years, I believed that working harder and getting promoted was the only way to secure my future. So, if you would see me like on paper, I looked very successful, but the pressure was really heavy. I experienced long hours, the constant stress, and I still have that quiet worries about money, the time, and what life would really look like from now. So when the pandemic hit, those worries became real. I really saw how risky it was to really just rely on just one source of income. And that moment really pushed me to look for a plan B that I could start building while I was still working full time. And that's actually what really led me to this amazing, amazing digital business. So that was back in 2020. So that was sometime November 2020. And I officially started the business in January of 2021. So that's it, sis.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And I really love your story because it's relatable to me as well. As a accountant, I know that we all are working under pressure, and yeah, when we step outside our comfort zone, so it open to new possibilities. And within the 1 year of starting this business, my life has completely changed. So I know so many people watching right now can relate to this. They want something extra for their families and control their time. So let's move to the second question. Did you ever question about the legitimacy of this business? And how did you work through this concern about MLM pyramid, especially as a CPA?
Well, to be honest, I also, yes, I was also a bit cautious about the business, but not very skeptic. As mentioned earlier, I was really proactively searching for my plan B. But one of the things that made me believe in the business, because the Filipino couple who introduced this business to me, her husband was also a CPA like me. Her husband was also an accountant, and her husband had a common friend here, a common friend from the Philippines. So somehow I feel I don't really feel like super skeptic about the business. So of course, I know that there's so many people watching right now. They are very hesitant to start an online-based business because there's so many businesses out there that are too good to be true, or sometimes a lot of people really think it's a negative one, right? When you're starting an online business, but for me, one thing that I always look for a business is it really tax registered here in the Philippines? Also, if I earn something from this business, will there be income taxes that are going to be paid to the government, or will there be tax returns being filed? So for me, that's very important. Of course, I'm an accountant. I'm not also going to enter in a scammy type of business. So I'm very particular with the legitimacy of the business because I wanted to keep my professional reputation intact. We don't want to compromise our professional reputation, right? So like in my case, no, after watching the No Cost Info webinar, I paid the refundable 149 US dollars because I really wanted to fully understand the business structure. How are we going to earn from this business, and whether it is going to be sustainable? So I really took my time and understand how the business really works, and I saw that it's really not an MLM, because a lot of people, they immediately assumed that it is an MLM. But when they really deep dive into the details of our business, they will further understand that our business model is very different from the traditional MLM models, right? So what really helped me move forward with the business was really seeing it that this is not really a hype or a quick money, right? It's really built on systems, course, with education, with long-term skill and leadership development. So back in 2021, I mentioned this, that I started part-time, which really allowed me to also observe the results, before fully trusting the process. Of course, when I was working, I didn't rush. Juggling both our corporate careers and starting a business was not that easy, I would say. But I treated the business like a real business, and that really made all the difference. So um as I for the past 5 years, if this business is not real, or this business is not, let's say it's a scam, maybe I won't be showing up my face, doing the business for the past 5 years, right, and sharing my story with you. And it all, it boils down to educating ourselves first before coming up with our own assumptions. So that's it, sis, Chatu.
Yes, yes, I absolutely relate to that. I had the same question. So, being a financial accountant myself, I also did the due diligence and check the system, look into the resources in New Zealand, and once I fully understand into this how the system work and structured, I felt confident. So, I think it is so important for people to hear that, and asking question is smart but not negative. So they need to take action and see. They need to pay 149, and then that is fully refundable. So they can get all the resources and they can do their own research. So let's move to third question. Why do you believe side hustle is a good? This side hustle is a good fit for working professionals like us.
I love this question. Because I mentioned earlier, right,
Yeah,
when I experienced the pandemic, it really made me scared about losing my job. That time I was paying for my mortgage. I have growing living expenses. I was living
yeah,
independent. So when you have a side hustle, it really allows professionals like us to really build financial security without giving up stability. Now, for most working professionals, they really can't afford to quit their jobs yet, and they don't really have to, because I think that's also one of the hesitations of so many professionals. They felt like when I started the business, I have to quit my job. No, it's not that. And when you have that side hustle, it will give you the chance to start carefully, right? You allow yourself to learn gradually the business, and you also start, growing your own business alongside your career. And that's exactly what I really did also. So I built my plan B while I was still working as a CFO. That time I was just recently promoted, so I have to, do my corporate responsibilities while learning the business on the side. And I had to dedicate like 1 to 3 hours, depending on how I was mentally drained for the day. But sometimes 15 minutes is still 15 minutes. That's still part of your growth, no? And over time, it really reduced my financial pressure, and it really gave me the option. So for professionals, I believe it's really a practical and responsible way to really prepare for their financial future. So if you feel like your current job is not really giving you the financial security that you need, we highly encourage you to start looking for options that can help you build your financial security as early as today. So that's it, sis.
Yeah, exactly. This business is truly a great fit for working professionals because so many working professionals are doing this business. So accountants like us, engineers, teachers, lawyers, healthcare professionals, there are so many in our community. And that's the beauty of this. So it's very flexible, 70 to 80% automated system we have. So it's a really fit our lifestyle. So we don't need to quit our job to do this business. You don't need to run another traditional business along with your professional job. So you can build something extra while you are doing your full-time job. So let's move to the next question. What are the biggest benefit of running this digital business for you?
One of the biggest benefit is control. When I was working, I was so stressed, right? When we are doing our accounting job, we really sacrifice our time, right? So
Yeah.
when I started the business, I started, especially when I did the business full time already. I saw the huge benefit of having control over my time and my income. So like before, even though I gave my best at work, my income is always capped. And today, now that I own my schedule more, I am able to travel more. Unlike before, I had to wait for my birthday month to, spend that 1 week vacation and then back to reality again. And I have more time, more quality time with my aging parents. And now I'm also proud that I am being able to, become a present daughter for my aging parents. So like today, I was really earlier I was helping my mom plan for her upcoming birthday next month, and I really offer help to how can I help her with her planning for her birthday. And because I already have control over my time, I can now, offer help whenever it is needed, or to visit them once in a while, spontaneous visit with them without having to really think about work, or having to choose between work or family, and so on and so forth. And the more that, ever since that I have been a full-time business owner, I have started created memories also with my family. Also next month we're also doing our travel with my parents. So that's also a second time actually ever since I left the corporate world. So I'm really excited about that because this is our first time to visit another place here in the Philippines. That these are the things that I couldn't really prioritize before when I was still working as a CFO. And apart from that is I'm also building my new identity beyond my 9 to 5. For me right now, ever since I've done the business for 5 years, I believe that my success is no longer defined by my job title. And of course, most importantly is I have that financial peace of mind. So when I started the business as a plan B, it now became my plan E, my plan A. And the life that I'm building right now really feels intentional and secure. I'm not rushing. I'm giving time to what's really important to me. Unlike before that I had to, being dragged by my schedule all day. But ever since that, I have been doing the business full time, I'm really grateful that this 5 year journey had given me so much aside from just income. Initially, that was my main objective, but
Hmm.
when you already learn more, you experience more than earning more. You get your personality development. I get to work with other women who also have the same dreams like me, just like Sis Chatu. So, and being part of a business community, that really focuses on helping and uplifting more professionals and women and moms and from different walks of life really inspires me so much. That's why we are very passionate with helping more professionals and sharing this business with everyone, because it really opens up a new hope for a lot of professionals to start their life beyond their traditional 9 to 5 path. So that's it, sis.
Absolutely. Yes, this business gives you control of your time, more confidence. This is fit around your lifestyle, and it will provide sustainable income for your family, and you can achieve your long-term goals and extended dreams, and it's provide a long-term legacy for the family. So it's about who you become through this journey, not just what you earn. So let's move to the last question, sis. What would you say to someone who's watching and who's on the fence right now, who's afraid to start this business?
All right, sis. So I'd like to say this to everyone who are still on the fence, and you're thinking, you're seeing this, you're watching us from our pages, and it's been years, and you're still there, you're still waiting for the perfect time. So I'd like to tell you this, that you don't really have to do everything at once. So I didn't start with full confidence. Also, I also started with curiosity and caution, right? But as I go along, as mentioned earlier, I really learned as I went through the business while working on my business part time, and there's still a way. So if you are curious, you can start reaching out to Sis Chatu, for example, and you are you know you can start with the conversation, right? And if you are quietly craving for more time, freedom, and security, again, you don't need a drastic move, right? Just start where you are. You don't have to think like I'm not ready, or I'm not good enough. So just forget about that. Just think about the reason why you wanted to start a business, and that will inspire you to move forward. And for us, I think one huge step is really enough, and that's really to check the business out. And sometimes the biggest change really begins with a simple decision to really explore what's possible. So if you're really actively searching for the options, and you are seeing this, maybe you're seeing this for a reason, so just reach out and just start. So that's it, sis.
Yes, absolutely. If you are ever thinking about the starting this business, you are already one step ahead. And honestly, if you are feeling stuck or little too comfortable, that's usually sign that something needed to change. So there is a risk-free trial. You can simply visit our websites to register for free global webinar, and we can walk you through how the system work and how the support and the business. So Anna, thank you so much for sharing your journey, and your story is truly amazing. And I know it's encouraged so many people watching this right now. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for being here, whether you are watching the live or catching the replay. Remember, it's never too late to start something new, because now 2026, and already 1 month, only 3 days remaining to finish this month as well. So the first step may be feel uncertain, but it couldn't be the decision that completely change your future. So thank you so much again, everyone. I see you in the next video, next live or discussion. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you. Bye.